Microsoft's next target is the classroom, and here's how they're going to do it. With a new operating system called Windows 10S and a range of low-cost hardware from its existing partners. Today, Google's Chromebook dominates the classroom. It's cheap, it's easy to manage, and it's rugged. Microsoft wants a piece of the pie. So how are they going to do it? Here at the Microsoft Education event in New York City, they showed off a number of third-party solutions, third-party hardware to do it. Let me just give you a couple of examples. So these are all sub $300 machines, and they come from a range of partners, including ASUS, Acer, HP, and Dell. Let me just give you a quick number, some model numbers here. ASUS VivoBook W202, the Acer TravelMate V118, the HP ProBook X660, the Dell Latitude 11 3189. Lots of complicated names, but very simple premise. They want something that's simple, easily managed, and rugged. So this is the Dell Latitude 11 EDU 360 3189. It's a mouthful, but it's a very simple premise. This is a relatively cheap notebook. It's actually $299. It feels very plasticky in the hand, but very much like a Chromebook. This is a spill-proof keyboard. The trackpad is relatively cheap. The keyboard is also not that great to type on, but it does the job. And the idea is that it uses an operating system called Windows 10S. Now, Windows 10S really doesn't look like anything else but Windows 10. I mean, you use it right here. It's got the start menu. It's got all the functions of the store. The only thing that's supposedly really different is if you go all the way, it's got a different background image here. The key to Windows 10S, though, is that it only runs store apps, at least for right now. So if you want something like Chrome, for example, you can't get it. But if you want something like Office, well, you can't get it now, but you will be able to get it in the summertime when it becomes the Windows Store. Now, the idea behind Windows 10S is that it's going to be very easy to manage. Microsoft officials showed off a way to basically load an image onto a USB stick, stick it into the side of this thing, and essentially provision a classroom full worth of laptops in 15 minutes or so. So, what's the deal with Windows 10S that's going to be different than the Chromebooks? Well, for one thing, it supports pen. So if you go into Windows Ink, you can write on this, something that only the latest Chromebooks can do. That's pretty much the key. But what happens if, for example, you run out of room? You say, you know what? The Windows 10 Store doesn't offer enough for me. Well, there is an upgrade path to Windows 10 Pro. It's not quite clear if that's going to cost you additional money or not, but that is a path. Now, the other thing to consider is that for a classroom, there's a couple of freebies that come along with this. For example, this operating system is entirely free. Windows Office for Education, that's entirely free too, as long as you have other other professional devices already in organization. So that's Windows 10S in a nutshell. These are some of the devices that Microsoft's showing here. The idea is that Windows wants to oust Chromebooks from the classroom. Whether it's going to do it or not, I guess we'll see.